Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to a hat in time. So, we're over here, so must have been something that I wanted to do. Yes, there's Act 5 that was not unlocking until we had done Act 6, which seems odd, for sure. We wanted to finish this and see if we get a finale, which we probably will, for Chapter 1. And I imagine we have the time freezing ability, so this should be pretty easy. But we still kind of feel like there should be something that increases our jump, or lets us fly, as far as a final hat to collect. So this guy wants to race here. Very reminiscent of the race in Super Mario 64 that you get very early, and oddly, I kind of don't get.
Rockets are fast.
I didn't get until very far there.
Mafia is fast. Fastest man alive. Little child want to race fastest man alive? Mafia stole timepiece from HQ. If you win, Mafia give it to you. It is on! Mafia not sure Mafia survive this, but at least Mafia die as fastest man alive!
So there's a couple of ways this race could go, but
get ready. Go!
the sprint badge could be one way to do this, but also he seems like he is flying, so seems like he's cheating as much as the next person. So he totally cheated. Alright. And then it just says retry this act, which we have not seen that in any other instance. And they kind of know that there's such a quick load here. Alright, so we've got to figure out something here. There's a rare sticker somewhere in this level, which interesting that it was pointing in a different direction, but I guess we'll just use our compass to point us in the right directions to start with. Right. That direction. Alright, that's believable. Yeah, totally believable. I've not been up here before, considering there's a rift token right there. Let's see. Zoom out and decide what the general direction is towards the next collectible. So I'm trying to just get an idea of what I'm supposed to be doing, how I'm supposed to cheat, because I really don't feel like the sprint ability would get me far enough. And then we need, if we were gonna try and smash this, that did not work at all. How many things do I have? I could get like 150, but so that gave me 150. We could use some more health. I've noticed that there is something wrong with the system here, in the fact that you have to collect these pawns to unlock levels, which then totally means that yeah, there's only 2 badges available for purchase, and those probably are like the last couple of badges that you'd be able to get. There it is. So the idea of wanting to jump around and do more falls apart. You don't have that Mario 64 options of just jumping to a different level and doing something if you haven't played the game well enough, at least, so that you can actually that crack I guess doesn't mean anything. If you haven't collected enough of the pawns. Now, in all fairness, you probably have collected enough pawns to unlock any level, because they're only asking like 50 pawns, but there is this chance, certainly, that you would get in a scenario where you just can't figure out where you can't go anywhere, because it would require you to go back to a level to collect more pawns and then fail at that specific level because you don't really want to play it right now. Much like the lava level was earlier, that was certainly a level I just didn't want to play. And there's just no more collectibles in this level at all. We can see from the compass. So nothing of interest nearby. So now we're just trying to figure out how are we supposed to actually win this race. Which, let's figure out where the end of the race is and then work our way backwards from that. It shouldn't be too far away from it. So my general thought there is that the levels should unlock for free. Interesting, the game is just locked up. We're getting some background audio. And I think that's kinda... I think we're just gonna have to hit Control-Alt-Delete here. The game has been running this whole time, up until this point, and it is just not responding. It has been using, let's see, quite a bit of RAM, which my Chrome browser uses like 30% of my 16 gigabytes of RAM, and so that's always taking up a lot of RAM. So let's launch back in. Will the game have saved my progress? Like, odds are kind of low. And it's downloading some updates, which are going to take some time. So while this is doing nothing, let's see. See if we can go to this tab and look at the achievements. Apologies for all of this, but maybe with this reboot things will start working a lot better. Achievements are all in color coded, and so let's see. Sequence break is the name of achievement I don't have. Complete the train rush without dying, or time bonuses. Yeah, that's something I would not waste my time trying to do. Hook onto a ceiling fan with the hook shot. Probably could do that. Defeat any boss with a one-hit hero badge equipped. That's insane. Do a 360 flip on the scooter. Collect all the timepieces in Mafia Town. Collect all the timepieces in Subcon Forest. Collect all the timepieces in Battle of the Birds. Collect all the timepieces in Alpine Skyline. At that point, none of the other levels seem to be indicated as achievements, so I imagine the rest are DLC achievements that might be later on. Let's see. Make it through Dead Bird Studio without being seen at all. Alright, so we know that these achievements are not realistic. Return home, collect all the timepieces. One achievement is just called Why, Just Why. Play a mod from the Steam Workshop. That's an easy achievement, but not something that really should be allowed to be an achievement, considering how you really shouldn't be giving away achievements for content not made by the creator of the game. Collect 10 timepieces in online party. Clear a challenge road. Yeah, a lot of this is just online content not made by the creator. Alright, is this going to launch? Oh man, this is downloading some major update. 791 megabytes. 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Well, at that level, I think it's probably pointless to sit here in silence and wait for 3 minutes. So let's see. Let's just pause the recording and we'll be right back. This will be an interesting experiment. I've never actually paused a recording. So be right back in a few minutes. Okay, we should be back. This will be quite the experiment. So it seems like the game decided to crash and an update was majorly available. So I don't know if this game actually had co-op before instead of just online. Like it seems like it fully now has a full online co-op feature. And oh, here's the picture I drew of myself in chapter 2. They're using it as a save file image. It also changed all the settings back to the default as far as the graphics were concerned. So I went through them and set them up at the biggest point. As far as like seal the deal stuff, it's all new chapter 3, all new chapter, three new acts, set on a cruise, 6 new time rifts, new challenge mode called Death Wish, tons of unlockable outfits, flares, dyes, and even camera filters. So we now know that there is a whole chapter that Seal the Deal DLC added, and then the Nyakuza Metro, collect 10 all new timepieces in the dangerous metro tunnels where the Empress is in control. So we kind of know then if there's actually only 40, and then I just got an achievement for some reason. Maybe this will fix the loading bug that we were running into, but I don't think so. You look at that spinning wheel, it's totally locked up in the same way. And that very well may just be because of the high level of graphics settings I have. Alright, so we load into the main hub, and then unfortunately we're going to have to immediately load back into this. And we'll see if this locks up when it starts loading. I suspect it will. Yep, it did for a second there. In all honesty, the level of graphics and the style of graphics in this makes it silly to turn it up to a higher quality. You probably would have been perfectly fine. Although it doesn't give me 1080p by default, that's my only real concern. So my guess here is if this isn't supposed to be, we could do this and we could try and race that way, or we're supposed to hook shot on this guy.
Little child want to
Like, that's kind of the only thing I can think is that's maybe the solution, unless I can shoot through that long shot or do something different, because here these stairs are not going to make things great. Swinging from that's like you kind of assume that there would be some level of challenge that you would want here. If this is just super easy, then that would kind of suck. But then you also don't want to lose and redo the whole thing over and over again. And it's kind of what this is. Feels like this might turn into, is doing the same action over and over again. I can kind of clear the enemies. But I don't really have an ability to move this or anything like that. And this can get me up there, sure. And that can get me this way, sure. You would think if anybody was going to cheat the level for me and help me win, it would be Mustache Girl. The co-op character, like, see, can we even bring it up? Like, I feel like co-op was here before. Oops. Yeah, the second player co-op character here is a different hairstyle and different thing. So split screen co-op is a thing. It does actually work, which is cool and all. It'd probably be more interesting to play split screen co-op with a sibling than it would be to play a 50-player online experience that I hear the sound of a timepiece. My indicator tells me that there is something to collect, and maybe I just am gonna need to recollect all the things I had collected before. That's very possible. But maybe there is just a timepiece somewhere around here to get and grab. Or no, it could be something different. It would be a little weird if collectibles were appearing and then disappearing. Nah, I see it. Right over here is the thing I hadn't so none of my progress before was saved. So we need to come back and get these 3 collectible things. I'm a little upset. I mean, it's really hard to complain about there not being a water level, but it kind of sucks that there isn't a water level. Interesting. It seems like it did save the stickers, it just didn't save the other collectible. Because if I stand still here, I'm not getting anything. Like, for as much as people complain about Zelda levels and such being particularly bad, yeah, I kind of feel like you still need it. Like, sometimes you just need the bad part of a meal to remind you the good part. That the good parts are as good as they are. That might be the case with water levels in adventure games. And it is a silly idea to give up trying just because so far we've never seen a water level really succeed and be really beloved. Alright. So let's get back over here where I was hearing that sound effect, because that was really far away from yeah. Unless I'm supposed to find the Mafia codes again. The vault codes. See, I'm standing right next to a code and it's not making that sound. Seems like it might be below this area. See, this is like an audio puzzle. Oh, there's a time rift here. Alright, well, I guess we'll see what we do with the time rift instead of dealing with the like these styles of time rifts have not been too difficult. So, and since this is in chapter 1, this might be intentionally easier than normal. By the way, when you walk over this part, no slicker or slidier than the previous sections. What's this? I don't have right now the particle beam. So mostly this is going to be an avoidance challenge, and we'll just let this spin around. Yeah, this is a relatively simpler one. Now, they did kind of violate their own concept because I walked by one of these light posts and it didn't checkpoint me there. So there's kind of no need for there to have been light posts if that wasn't going to checkpoint me. Although maybe it did checkpoint me and the game just didn't bother to tell me. Which still, that's bad explanation in game design. Alright, so we're just gonna stay here and jump to the edges until we can let it rotate around and get it. So we're at 29 timepieces right now. If there were only 30 in the game originally, that tells you something. Do I want hat flare? Now I'll take the remix, like more music remixes. So a new thing has appeared in Down with Mafia. New sticker has. It definitely feels like the DLC in this is designed in a way to just make you constantly jump back in the game and continue playing. It's a level of insanity, frankly, at this point. Like, and I'm kind of done with it. I'm ready to just move on to wrapping things up. So I want to get chapter 1's finale and then move on to chapter 4. And I mean, I guess if we can't get chapter 4 done, we will have to do some of the DLC stuff, and with the DLC stuff we'll have to I guess I'm gonna just try this race.
It is on.
Right.
Get ready. Go!
Like, I don't get this. I don't get this at all. Like, this seems crazy. Like, my time slowdown mechanic. Let's see. This significantly reduced the cooldown to use hats. Okay. By the way, is there any collectible in this level? No. Magnet? Like, would the magnet possibly arrange around this? See, I don't feel like even if I tried to do this, I don't think I'd have it fast enough. That's not gonna do anything, really. I don't think really slows anything down. Nothing interesting nearby. So, unless...
It is on.
Unless the response is different. So, and like, this is insanity. Like, there's no way you're gonna win that without the time stop ability. It's just not gonna happen. And they tell you that you're gonna cheat, and that got me an achievement, certainly, but yeah, you got the time stop in like chapter 4, which implies that if I could actually get to chapter 5, I would have some other abilities. And as far as this goes, I don't even think there is a finale. Yeah, I think it probably centers around doing something else in a different place. They did say that there was a sticker detected in taking down the Mafia. Down with the Mafia, Act 4. So this is a boss battle that I think has a sticker in it. I don't know, this is going to be a nightmare. But I'm just going to get the sticker and leave. Like, I'm not going to bother to try and do the whole level a second time. So we still have yet to even see the Seal the Deal challenge. Alright. I have this enabled. And it's all rainy. As an instance. But there's clearly no reason why you would ever need to run around in a rainy instance of this one.
You took your time. Get these.
Alright. We still don't have a higher jump, which kind of goes to show that there's let's see.
Good job, kid.
Just take those out. So I'm hoping this doesn't take too much time to do this. And yeah, we'll have the like time stop hat and all of that, but that's a great example, by the way, also of a section of the game that just didn't need to exist. They could have started us at the very least inside the building with a cutscene. Yeah. And there's just a sticker somewhere. We pretty well know. They, I think, also stopped this character from making the bleh sound, because I don't recall hearing that in any of the other previous sections. In the other chapters. Alright. Here's a line of dialogue. Now I don't have the key, so we are gonna have to do something with the key to get it. I can't crawl under the bar there.
Welcome, young.
This guy's still only selling those two things.
Mafia take not kindly to intruders.
It's interesting that the time stop badge didn't work there. Alright, so
Little kids show this.
and this is also the only point where they throw cans at you. Yeah, really inconsistent. And you deal with these rats.
Mafia take not kindly to intruders.
I don't think that there's There you go. I almost screwed that up. There's still nothing in here, and like no ability or anything. So this whole section is just really inconsistent with the rest of the game, and it feels, this doesn't feel like a 3D platformer. This feels like a 3D adventure game, which, okay, I'm cool with somebody making a 3D adventure game, as much as I would prefer more 3D platformers to exist. But then a certain level of consistency is still necessary. So if that's what this whole game was going to be, was just an adventure, an adventure game, fine, but just make it an adventure game. Alright, here's the sticker. So really pointless there, in the sense that they've got this designed so that you are going to have to play the game multiple times. And this is no good because this is pointing me back in a separate direction. There's no way back through this. I assume the answer to that is no. So unless my indicator is wrong, either something new unlocked or there's some shenanigans happening. This might be a particularly easy boss to fight if they are going to force me to fight him, now that I have the extra ability. So when I hit him with a power beam like that, do you think that actually does more damage, or is it the same amount of damage? Like, so, sure, it's not gonna really be too hard to beat this guy, but
I've got your friend captured, and soon you will both perish.
Let go of me, you psycho!
you get like a special attack anyway, so
Mafia ball.
the Mafia Ball was the only part of this whole thing that I found slightly challenging, just because I didn't realize that that's what they wanted me to do.
Mega charge. Mafia ball.
So here we go, we just gotta be kind of careful not to die.
Ultra charge. Mega charge.
There you go. Well.
Ouch!
Do I want to even really fight this guy, or should I just save and exit? I feel like there's a danger here that if I don't beat this guy, there might be a collectible at the end here, as stupid as that sounds. This boss fight should have been the easiest of them, and yet it still didn't really feel that way because of the large amount of random attacks here.
I've got your friend captured, and soon you will both perish.
And so what it really comes down to is you die the first time, and then the level gets really easy, and then you beat the boss the second time. And I've done that with every single boss fight. It's almost as if they are planning on players being expert 3D platformers players, when honestly I don't think there are too many of those, because there really haven't been that many games. I can just
Ultra charge! Mega charge! It can't be!
Alright. So I'm standing. It says there's a collectible somewhere completely different. And so I just have to end the level and then jump back into the level if I want to get all these collectibles. Let's go and skip these. So yeah, this whole compass doesn't feel like it really points the right direction, or it over prioritizes things in a weird way. And you really don't get a great indicator that all the collectibles are, that a collectible is available in a certain area. So you very well may run into a scenario where you simply have to load into every single level a second, third, fourth time just so you can ensure that you actually get all of the things that you want to get. Missed one.
Good job, kid.
And we're getting currency. But yeah, totally start the level here, walking through this part. This animation would have worked perfectly fine. You even have a load screen there, so there's obviously a good indication that you should be. Why is it pointing straight down? Alright, let's see if the time's like, how is he moving if time has stopped? Everything is pointing downward. Like, straight down. So is that an indication that there's a collectible somewhere completely different? Can't do anything with that. Let's just kill everybody here. We haven't tried that.
If small child is roulette tables purely for.
So 2 of those were bad guys that would throw things at me, and one of them actually talks to you. Interesting. Like, this guy talks to you.
If small child is roulette table.
This guy's invincible.
What's trouble? Whatever look like otherly, she look.
The irony is going to be that there probably... I wouldn't be surprised if there's a collectible that they just hid in that direction. And then they forgot to remove it in the final development of the game. I mean, we could run around with the Dweller mask and see if maybe there was something secret somewhere around here, but by the looks of it, the answer is no. Oh, here there is something. This way opens a ladder to a whole nother area. A secret gambling section, and then this secret gambling section. There is a relic with a rift token, and I assume I'm just getting rift tokens because I have long since collected every actual relic. Alright. So now I'm standing here, and I know we've gotten everything, so let's just save and return. So this will be interesting. I'm not sure exactly how long we've been gone because we paused. So as far as I can tell, there is no finale for Chapter 1, and that is that. We have done pretty much everything except for the time rifts in Chapter 2 and Chapter 3. We have 30 rift pieces, which is still too few for what our goal is. As far as the Death Wish challenges, nothing new is unlocked. It would still be start with doing the lava one. So I feel like the DLC adjusted the amount of collectibles you needed here in an unfair way. And this probably was 25 before to unlock the next chapter, and now it's made it 35, which we're really only going to get by doing Chapter 4 here, which is the Alpine Skies, which does have a finale, if I can figure it out. But I don't think I can do this time rift until I get some ability. Some jump taller ability. And I could, I guess, use the fact that the Nankusa Metro DLC exists. I could use that as a way to get a few more collectibles. But honestly, unless I'm just being a little too chicken to run around and do the attic section, I think we're kind of stuck. Like, this is chapter 7, isn't it? Yeah. And there's a finale in chapter 7 also. I haven't even been back to some of these. So, since that's DLC, we kind of know I need to do the Alpine Skies. Like, it doesn't make any sense otherwise. We're painted in a corner. We may need to eventually give up on Alpine Skies, but I need to give it one more attempt at least next. And if I get frustrated enough, I guess I'll just go to the end of the game and see if we have to do like maybe 5 or 10 levels before we unlock the final part of the game, or maybe the attic isn't actually the final part of the game. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and give me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.